Good morning, and welcome to yes, very exciting episode of Exit Strategies Radio Show. Y'all know who I am. Look here, you heard it in the intro. My name is Corwin Millett, Corwin J. Millett. Hey, let's make sure we get that J in that thing. With Exit Realty Low Country Group in beautiful North Charleston, guys. Thank y'all. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for tuning in, for watching us on YouTube, all these different places, guys. You guys have been amazing, and we love you, and we love you, and we love you. So today, all right, look, hold on, wait a minute. I'm looking for my drumsticks because we got to do a drum roll or something around here. Because look here, every now and again, they say that, the light will shine upon you. So I was able to commandeer. I had to go to the mountain, so to speak, and ask for a favor to get our guest here today. All right. So our guest here today is none other than Abby Waltz with Home for Heroes. So Abby, how are you doing this morning?
Lauren, I'm doing wonderful. I'm just happy to be here with you today.
Well, thank you so much for being a part of the Exit Strategies radio show. Thank you for bringing the message. So guys, our listeners, you've heard me talk. You've heard some of our commercial over the years about the Home for Heroes program, about our commitment to helping and serving within our community. That's something that's big, that's near and dear to my heart. I don't believe that we can have without giving. And in turn, we were able to have Abby join us today. So Abby, first and foremost, can you tell our listeners about Home for Heroes?
Oh gosh, it's such a big question, but of course, I'd be happy to.
Hold on. Boom.
That's right. No, yeah, Homes for Heroes is a wonderful company. I know I'm a little biased since I've been with the program for nearly 12 years now, but it was a program that was born out of generosity and caring and really wanting to do the right thing by our heroes. Our founders started this beautiful program back in 2002, just after the tragic events of 9/11 had occurred. And they, like so many of us on that day, I mean, you think back to it, I think that's one of the great things about that rose from 9/11, right? That unifying day that we can all remember exactly where we were when we heard the news, right? And that unifying theme of it all brought our founders together and made them want to find a way to be able to give back to the heroes that they were so inspired by, seeing their heroic actions. I mean, we saw heroes from not just New York, but all across the country drop what was going on in the middle of their lives and ask, how can I help? And literally rush in to the same scene that everybody was rushing out of. And that was inspiring for them. And they wanted to be able to find a way to give back. And they found a great way to be able to couple their profession, which was real estate at the time, with a bigger purpose and a mission to say thank you to every single hero out there. So they created Homes for Heroes 20 years ago, coming up this year, and have been on the mission ever since to say thank you to every single hero.
So one of the big things, and so, for our listeners, guys, some of you may have heard me, say this. So one, my mom's a nurse. She's been a nurse for 40 some odd years. No, it ain't been that long. 30 some odd years. I'm sorry. I'm trying to make myself younger than what I actually am. But I had stepsons in the military. One's been discharged. One is active duty now. Family in the military. Law enforcement. I mean, just kind of my sister, my aunt, the school teachers. I mean, just everybody that kind of touches this, this program serves. And that was one of the reasons that one of the things that drew me to it, because it helped the people that I knew and loved, help them, with, home sale, home purchase. So that was very important to me, because obviously we, serve the people, quote unquote, within our communities. But something else that stood out to me. So, my company, my firm, we help a lot of veterans. We have helped in partnership on our, property management side with, housing homeless veterans here. I mean, one time we had, quote unquote, a tent city in Charleston, and our company, worked, with nonprofits and things of that nature to help place people. But that is something that Home for Heroes does on an everyday basis. That as a company, as an organization, give back. So can you give us an example of how Home for Heroes serves our veterans and others in our community?
Yeah, that's a great question. First and foremost, thank you for all that you do to support your local community heroes. I love that you take it beyond the real estate transaction, which is something that's near and dear to our hearts here at Homes for Heroes too, is that circle of giving in our foundation, which I'll touch on in just a second. But so we serve, from a program perspective, Homes for Heroes serves 5 main hero groups. We serve law enforcement, firefighters, EMS, of course, military, active reserves, and veterans, teachers, and healthcare workers. So those 5 main groups that we serve, anytime they come to one of our real estate specialists or our mortgage specialists all over the country, they're going to be getting discounts or a hero rewards check when they work with one of our specialists. Regardless of where they are, it doesn't matter what loan product that they're using. This is just our way to give back and say thank you for all that they do to serve and build up the communities that we're helping them establish their own home in, right? Which I think is really cool. It's not a government funded program. It's not a small box that they have to fit in. They don't have to qualify financially for it. It is literally, if you fit into one of those 5 main categories as a hero yourself, you're getting a check back after closing when you work with one of our real estate specialists. And it's significant, the savings. When you're working with one of our real estate specialists to, like you said, buy or sell a home, you're receiving a hero rewards check for $700 for every 100,000 in purchase price. So Corin, what's your average sales price there?
So our average sales price in our market is about $415,000 now. Average sales price.
I am not that great at math, so I'm going to round that down to 400, but that'd be a $2,800 check that you get in the mail and can use for whatever you want. You could go buy the refrigerator that needed to be purchased or replaced. You could buy draperies. You could use that to pay your first mortgage payment that's not due for quite some time after you actually get into your home. You know, there's a lot of different ways that you can utilize it, but it's no strings attached. It is literally just a thank you. And I think that's a really cool thing. And then to touch on that circle of giving real quick, you touched on you help homeless vets in your area. We love to do that too. We take it one step further. Anytime a hero works with one of our specialists across the country, a portion of Homes for Heroes earnings is donated to our nonprofit foundation, which just surpassed 1 million given back in grants across the country to help heroes in need. So yeah, it's heroes helping heroes. It's real estate professionals driven by a cause, helping heroes and building up their communities for sure.
That is awesome. That is awesome. Over $1 million given. That is huge. So, one of the things that, that you just said that kind of, sticks out to me is heroes helping heroes. And you also mentioned that, I say some of the questions, but as a professional, people always think there's a gimmick to it. Like, okay, it's a certain loan program I got to do, or I got to do this. And we look at this in comparison to other programs, because there are some relocation programs, if you will, military relocation programs. There's a couple that come to mind in particular. And when you look at the comparison to this program over that, it's a massive difference in savings or benefit to the hero. So oftentimes, military are pushed through, these particular loan programs or particular lenders and basically incentivized, if you will, that, hey, use this and then you'll get this benefit at closing. And you're using a real estate professional and sometimes, that professional, they're looking and saying, well, hey, they want the business, but they ain't commit to the business. But a hero specialist is committed to the business. So, you're getting someone who wants to give that money back to the consumer after closing to say, thank you for being a hero. Thank you for serving and protecting and being a part of our community. That is a lot different. And look, I'll let you say whoever the program if you want, but at the end of the day, Home for Heroes is definitely a better opportunity for say military, say school teachers who put through these programs, but it's definitely a better benefit for them. And guys, to our listeners, real quick, Abby. But to our listeners, guys, look, if you're sitting in your car, maybe you're law enforcement, maybe you are a firefighter. Hopefully, neither one of y'all are on the way to a call this morning listening to this. But if you're listening to this, pay attention because this program is for you. But so, Abby, tell me kind of, I guess, give me an example, if you can, of the difference that someone with Home for Heroes would receive as far as an additional benefit versus, let's say, one of them other programs.
Yeah. Thou shall not be named competitive programs, right? Yeah, I think that's why I shared our Genesis story with you. You know, we were a company that was created, again, on a purpose and on a mission, not on a profit-driven reason. We didn't start as a business. We started as a cause. And we've really grown because of that. And we've attracted the generosity and those purpose-driven professionals like yourself to become a part of our nationwide network of nearly 5,000 people out there who are vetted and are committed to serving and giving back to every single hero client that they work with. It's not coming from some other company. It's not a referral program. It's because you want to do the right thing and you want to give back to those that serve and support your local community, and you're willing to stand and rest your business upon that. From a savings perspective, for our hero listeners out there, it is a no-brainer. We double, if not triple, typically what hero rewards. We actually have a guarantee here at Homes for Heroes where we guarantee the most hero rewards. Our averages have gone up in savings with sales prices going up across the country, as you've seen, I'm sure there, to the point where we're now giving back nearly $3,500 on average. And you heard your local sales price, right? And how much you will receive there, $2,800 as a check, plus you factor in lender savings. And then I'm sure, like so many of our other affiliates across the country, you've teamed up with a network of local business owners that want to give back and serve the hero community as well. So you get this well-rounded savings program. It's not just the check back after closing when you buy or sell with one of our real estate specialists. You lump in the mortgage savings, you lump in all of the other local business savings that you get, and it turns into a really well-rounded package. And it's not a one and done thing either, right? You can use this program multiple times. You can buy and sell multiple properties with it. And there's a lot of other great, not competitive programs, but loan products out there that cater to our heroes. Teachers have special mortgage savings, down payment assistance programs that you can go through. Firefighters, military, of course, with their VA loan offerings and all the benefits that come along with that. We just get to couple and tack on to the savings that you get with down payment assistance programs or whatever mortgage product fits you best and the property that you're wanting to buy. And it's over and above anything that you would ever receive with anybody else.
That is awesome. That's awesome. So, Abby, right there is a great place for us to take a quick breath for our listeners, guys. Listen to our commercials. Maybe you might hear one about our Heroes program today. And in turn, you can pick up the phone and give our office a call, 843-619-3005 for more information, or you can go to exitlowcountryheroes.com. Again, exitlowcountryheroes.com to learn more information about this Home for Heroes program. So, Abby, hold tight right there. We're going to take a deep breath and we're going to be right back. Congratulations to this week's Realtor of the Week for Exit Realty Low Country Group. None other than Mimi Eubanks, your country realtor. You can reach Mimi at 843-730-3327 or text My Realtor Mimi. That's MyRealtorMeme to 85377. I'll give y'all country realtor a holler now. Guys, we are back. Second segment, Exit Strategies Radio Show. Guys, we know we love you. We appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We've been having a blast because we managed to land on today's show none other than Abby Waltz with the Home for Heroes program, or with Home for Heroes, period. We say program because, hey, we just a part of, we're affiliated, but nonetheless with Home for Heroes. And she's been talking to us about the benefits of the Home for Heroes program. Hey, if you're military, and look here, and Abby, I'm gonna come around to this because we were kind of real close to it before the break. But if you're military, if you are police, EMS, firefighter, if you're a school teacher, if you know and love them, and any of those people, hold on, who I forgot, doctors, medical professionals, nurses, if you're a friend of any of them, I want you to tell them to put the fork down and pick up a radio, or better yet, go to their podcast app and download this episode and listen, because this program was designed for them. All right. If you are one of those people, listen, and most importantly, act. So before the break, we're kind of talking about, some of the, what I'll say is like myths or whatever. People oftentimes believe that this program is, part of a particular loan program you got to do, so forth and so on. You were talking about how you can leverage and layer. So for our listeners, I'm pretty sure you see this kind of stuff, but every year in the state of South Carolina, for the last few years, and thank goodness, we're going to knock on wood. Hold on, let me find my head, knock on some wood and stuff. They do a heroes. So our state housing authority has loan programs. So they have what they refer to as Palmetto Heroes. And most years they've given up to about $12,000 in down payment assistance. And what we've always told our listeners, so if you were a listener on air, or maybe you weren't, and now you're listening on and watching us on YouTube or on our podcast, that program, you can put a heroes rebate on top of that because it has nothing to do with it, right? So that also maybe, a lot of builders offer, military, if you're law enforcement or heroes, discounts or what have you. That's a discount for the builder to offer somewhere in the financing or something, or closing costs or whatever. Has nothing to do with the heroes rebate that you were getting using a real estate professional as a heroes affiliated agent on top of that. So tell our listeners, if you don't mind, Abby, like what is, like, matter of fact, well, you typically don't see the settlement statement and know the other stuff, but if you could, what is the biggest rebate that you've seen go across, period? You have a number?
I do. It's actually a great story. We worked with a doctor out in the DC metro area, and they were buying their final dream home. She was so excited to be doing it, and it was a big one, right? It's your dream home. It's the one that you work up to. She actually got a hero reward check for a little bit over $15,000 with us. Yes, there's no cap on the savings that you can receive. So again, not another stipulation you've got to go through. And she donated, I believe, obviously I don't have control of the funds once they leave our hands, but I believe almost all of that check, if not all of it, to her alma mater at U of Michigan, to their cancer research development. So again, that Heroes Helping Heroes, they just have that mindset about it, and I think the really cool thing you touched on earlier, that a hero. I think we all know a hero in some way, shape, or form. And if we're close to that individual, we really see how much they serve and sacrifice just to do their job. A lot of them are low paying jobs, and they can really use this hero reward towards something, or to help them, again, offset those closing costs and maybe pay for that first mortgage payment where they need help, because owning a home at the very start of it can be a little bit expensive, and you do need the extra funds for that. So the hero rewards really helps offset that, especially in that low paying situation. We see our law enforcement run into it, our firefighters, some of them of which are volunteers, which is just mind boggling to me. But yeah, it's really great to be able to give back. And like you said earlier, even if you're not a hero yourself, if you know somebody, it's really important to share them, because I don't know about you. I know you've served a ton of heroes there in your local market, but it pains me every single time I hear, oh, that's what you do? I wish I would have known that a month ago when I bought.
Yeah. Yeah. So funny you should mention volunteers. So my dad was a volunteer, everything, volunteer EMS, volunteer firefighter. Yeah, he worked EMS. So rescue squad, I'm sorry, is what it was when he volunteering. So he did all that stuff. Now he's a church pastor. So, he used to try to save them to stop them from going on. Now he try to make sure they save before they go on. But anyway, but if he hear this, he'll probably call me, son, what you say? So, but anyway, but along those lines, you're absolutely right. I mean, oftentimes we get it after the fact. People come to us because one, they just think it's too good to be true, and it's very simple. That's the thing that kind of brought me in. And for what it's worth, Abby, and I'm always gonna lay it right here on the table. When I first looked at the program, I'm like, okay, look, I love to be a part of it, but in my devotional right now is an acronym CARDS. I'm up to the D now, but the first one is commitment, and if I'm gonna do something, I want to be committed to it. I'm gonna be committed to it. So when they first came up, when I was like, but hold on, let me make sure that we're ready before we do it. So when we did it, I've been affiliate. I think now makes probably year number 5 or 6 or something like that I've been an affiliate, because we're committed. We're committed to helping people. And most importantly, we're committed to being of service those who serve us. Our mantra, service deserves its rewards. We're committed to that. So we want to make sure that we're giving back, want to make sure that we're helping people, and most importantly, we don't want to miss the opportunity, if at all possible, to service someone again who serves us all. Mm-hmm. And I say that jokingly sometimes, because I look like, for example, in my neighborhood. So in my neighborhood, in my subdivision, majority of homes that sell I say majority, about a fifth of the homes, 25% of the homes that sell in my neighborhood sell VA. Wow. And majority of those people are not using a Home for Heroes affiliate agent. They're not. They are going in, buying houses. Many of them are not even represented. So they're missing the opportunity for any type of savings, any type of discount, just simply because they, figure, hey, I don't need an agent, but they don't have any representation. So you need an agent. But on top of that, they're not receiving the benefit they could be receiving. So one of my things for this year is going to be, and is, we got to change that mindset. We got to convert that over, because I know there's, outside of that, at least another 3, maybe 5% of people, maybe more than that are law enforcement or other heroes that don't qualify VA, because we have a lot of people there are a lot of police cars in my neighborhood. So I know that there's also additional people on top of that, nurses, doctors in our neighborhood, that we could be helping as well. And we don't want to miss that opportunity to serve people. I think that's very, very, very important to do. Mm-hmm. So can you give us a snippet, perhaps? Is there anything, or what is on the horizon for Home for Heroes? What, as the organization, are you guys working on to further this mission?
Oh, we're constantly working on furthering the mission. We've got a big year ahead of us. We had a big year this year. It was the 20th commemoration of 9/11, right? Which is a deeply meaningful day to us. It's the whole reason our company now exists. Mm-hmm. So we paid respect to that. We just so happen to be hitting a ton of milestones here at Homes for Heroes in our 20th year as a business. We've got our 20 years of service with purpose campaign going on. We just hit, back in October, our 50,000th heroes served. Ooh, that we've got on. I know 50,000 heroes have gone through the program. But on the flip side of that, let that sink in for a minute. There's been 50,000 individual heroes, we're not counting their family members, mm-hmm. that have entrusted a Homes for Heroes specialist to help them through the daunting, scary, big, ginormous beast of buying or selling a home. And we don't take that lightly. That's a tremendous honor as a professional to be entrusted with that job, mm-hmm. right? And then at the same token, that affords us the opportunity to give back and provide hero rewards as our way to say thank you too. So 50,000 heroes served. We hit that 1 million in foundation grants given back this year. Awesome. Next year, we've got another big number. We're gonna, I think right around Q2, we'll hit 100 million in hero rewards given back to all of our heroes. So that's
awesome.
Yeah, it's a
Good
big
stuff.
year for us.
Good
But
stuff.
you know what? We're always trying to spread the word too about the program, and it takes our wonderful specialists like you, as well as our heroes going through the process and just sharing it with their friends, their families, their coworkers and colleagues to make sure that they know about this benefit. Because if they don't know and they're going through the home buying process and they don't have a specialist, you really need to get one, whether it's a
Mhm.
Homes for Heroes specialist or not. But hopefully it's a Homes for Heroes specialist if you're a hero. But yeah, it's such a great savings program, and we'd love the opportunity to be able to give back and say thank you for all that you do as the backbone of our communities.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, Abby, thank you so much for being on the show with us today. Thank you so much for telling our listeners more about the Home for Heroes program. We're very fortunate, myself, to be a member and affiliate with the organization. Our commitment has not wavered, to make sure that we are working diligently and purposefully to service those, again, who are service to us within our communities. If you are a local hero, I mean, you are a school teacher, you're a firefighter, you're a law enforcement, first and foremost, in military and correctional officers. I mean, there's a list. But if you guys are out there listening to our show, first and foremost, thank you for what you do. Most of you have a very thankless job. I mean, the firefighters getting hugs and cheers and high fives. The EMS driver or EMS, team is getting hugs and high fives when they save someone. But the police officer getting that same respect out there in the field. Sometimes our military are not feeling the love either. I mean, obviously, we have a lot of service members who come back from, seeing things in foreign lands that come back to their home, their country, and in turn are challenged as they move forward. This program exists for all of you. It exists to help empower you. We believe that home ownership is a foundation for a purposeful future. We believe, I'm kind of reminded of Jeff Foxworthy of I believe, but we believe in the importance of home ownership, and we want to champion that within our community with our heroes. So if we can be of service to you, please visit exitlowcountryheroes.com. Again, exitlowcountryheroes.com. Give our office a call, 843-619-3005, and ask to speak to our Home for Heroes specialist. And in turn, we'll go from there. So, Abby, thank you so much for being on the show with us today. In closing, is there anything else that you want to say or pass along to our listeners?
No, I just echo what you said. Thank you to all of our heroes for all that you do. Corwin's going to be a tremendous ally and a resource for you, whether it's home buying or selling for sure. But beyond that, like you said, some of our veterans especially can be underserved in different ways. I know our healthcare professionals have been extremely taxed and stressed for the last 2 years now, which is exhaustive. Teachers are having to go through hurdles and humps and challenges and be on the fly. And then obviously our first responders, of course, are also having to overcome some of the obstacles and challenges that the pandemic has placed in front of us. If there is more that we can do in this next year, I know we're committed to giving $10,000 foundation grants over and above what we typically do. So if you have a local nonprofit that would enable to serve you or help you in some way, shape, or form, we never want there to be a time of need for our foundation to step in and help, but we know there inevitably will be, and we will be here to serve and support you before, now, and later on, and in the future. So if there's something that our foundation can do to help, please don't hesitate to reach out to Homes for Heroes or Corwin. Like I said, he'll point you in the right direction, and be that ally to help get you what it is that you need. But thank you from the bottom of our hearts for all that you do.
Thank you. So our listeners, guys, thank you so much for listening. What we always say: we love you, we love you, we love you, and we're gonna see you guys out there in them streets.